Well, I tell you what, I'm a little high in life right now, and I figure it's time to get it on camera before it fades away. Alright, I got a lot to talk about. This is going to be part vlog, part little haul. I've just got a few things this week, so we'll save that towards the end. But jump right in there. I actually got a list of things to talk about. Alright, first things first. A couple months ago, on our Dowdy's channel, you know, the great legend, you know, he was holding contests and stuff during his live show, and it was like, you know, could be anything from trivia to, you know, quickest answer on certain things, and I won some prizes, and he sent me a Commandy figure, Friday the 13th Jason figures, some odds and ends, and in it he sent me a Xbox 360 game called Dead Alive. Well, I was so excited about, you know, getting a Commandy figure and stuff, you know, just happy with the prize. It didn't register that I didn't have an Xbox 360, so he sent the game, and it was here, and I was thinking, what do I do with it, and, you know, and I didn't want to insult him. So I want to thank him for sending that, because thanks to that, Howlermouse was able to trade that game to a very nice person. Okay, there was no shenanigans here and no insulting and stuff, but their kid has an Xbox 360 game. The game was Dead Island. I have no idea what it sells for now, and I was able to trade that for a washer and dryer Frigidaire. Only thing wrong with it, the dryer does not have a knob. You talk about the Howlermouse hustle, man. Because, you know, for you new guys out there, new subscribers and whatnot, I buy comic books and stuff for 20 cents, 50 cents, find some incredible stuff, get things on the cheap and stuff, on sales and flea markets, and make my bread and butter, and the hustle finally bled over into real life. So, yay on that. Okay, moving on. First of all, we're going to have a goodbye and a hello here, okay? I don't know if a lot of people know who he is. JT the Dead, I think Movie John 75, if you guys are out there still watching and stuff. There was a channel that I personally enjoyed that is getting closed down by the person. It was Movrinoscopy. M-O-V-R-I-N-oscopy. Alright? The guy was into VHS tapes. The guy was into 80s hip-hop cassettes. Bought the stuff new, did reviews and stuff like that. And, you know, I think the guy's like half my age. And I talked to him one time, you know, just saying I enjoyed what he did in his channel, and he was just talking like he wished he grew up when I grew up and stuff. Had a really cool intro to his videos and stuff. Hate to see him go, but he's going back to his original channel, which, go watch his video tonight if it's still up, because I can't, excuse me, I don't remember what it was called. But anyway, apparently he's had some kind of life change, you know. I just told him it was a hell of a run. So, you know, goodbye, Movrinoscopy. You brought me a lot of joy. I liked it. But with, you know, nature hates a vacuum, so we say goodbye to a channel. We say hello to a channel, and I'm going to put a link in the description below, because everybody needs to be there this Sunday. I'm not sure what it is. I'm assuming it's going to be a podcast of a show, but I'm a fan of our British Invasion boys out there. MA0001 is the guy that posted it out there. Scott Constant Bromstar is the one that told me about it before I saw it on the Google Plus page where he listed it. And looks like it's going to be, I think it's, don't want to assume too much, but our British Invasion boys register a day 75. Dragon Hearts Collectibles, I believe is what he's called. I don't know if he's on there. MA0001 is definitely on there. I think Ghost Critic is on there. I mean, really, seriously, you know, we have Captain Strange Life over here in America. They have Ghost Critic, the pioneer of the comic book channel over there with his awesome reviews. So, get on there, subscribe to the channel, man. It's the British Invasion Boys. It is called Excalibur Brits, and I'm assuming that's what they'd rather be called. But I called them British Invasion Boys back in the day lovingly, and that's what I will always call them. With all due respect, you know, love those guys. If you haven't checked out any of our, you know, international comic community members in New Zealand, like Spyro Harvey, who is now Spyro Dark Geek, apparently he went back to his real name, and CTC Spirit from Australia, and some, you know, brothers and stuff like that, check them out. Okay, speaking of Spyro Dark Geek, you know, segue. I like how all this is just segueing from one to the other. I didn't plan it that way, but I'll take the credit. And So basically, Spyro.geek has started this great thing. Go back and look at his videos, okay? He is actually cataloging all the comic book community members' channel, okay? And he's got a video that has a link. You can look at it and stuff. But what he's continuing to do is just do videos talking about new YouTubers. NewTubers is what he calls them and stuff. So, this community grows. For you new guys that are coming out there, man, I'm digging what you're doing and stuff. And I don't know how long of you guys have been viewing, how many of you guys have commented and watched before you pulled the trigger and did your videos. More the merrier. It gets a little hard to catch everybody's videos, and I don't comment on everybody's videos, which I'll go into that in a minute, and stuff like that, because it's just a lot. It's a lot to keep up with, but, let's keep going. Yeah, and what's wild is that I'm seeing a lot of contests where you guys are getting a lot of subscribers real quick. Hundreds. It seems like you guys are flying by and getting 100 real quick. Mace, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know if it feels like it's taking forever, but I've been doing this. I'm working on my 3rd year. I think Constant Bromstar, Captain Strangelove were here a year before that. Dakin Howlett was before me, and Captain Cummins sort of came in after me. So. And, I don't know if I'm not speaking for those guys, but for me, I'm up to like 525, 526 subscribers, and they have really took off in the last year. You had to work it and watch your viewership grow slowly. So you guys have come in, and there's this great community, and you guys are crisscrossing each other, giving each other shout-outs and stuff, and I'm just digging it. I mean, I don't even know who all is out there anymore, but if it wasn't for the shout-out videos and all these guys, Mongo Stomp Time was one of the first new YouTubers, and it seems like he's been around for a while now. And I don't know how long he's been around here. Brother, I may not comment all the time, and I know you're up in Northern Virginia, and I'm down here in the southwestern part of Virginia. But keep it up. Hope things are getting better for you up there. Okay, and okay, another thing is before we go into that. Anyway, it was Spyro.geek. Look him up. Okay. Anyway, moving on to another thing. I want to remind everybody that I've got some really cool eBay auctions going on. I'm thinking there'll be a box here. Click on it. It'll take you straight to the video. It ends this Sunday coming up, which I think is maybe the 10th. A lot of great DC 52 new stuff. Some, Incredible Hulk books, Winter Soldier, Zero issues, Justice League Dark, a run of the Blackest Night, the full miniseries, just some pretty good stuff, I think, in my opinion. Jump on it, don't forget about it. I am Scarab 2, SKARAB 2 on there, and jump on there, man. Okay, what do we got here? All right. It is so funny, man, because like today I was talking about being high in life, got the washer and dryer, some other things seem to be going pretty good. It's been a long time coming, and I'm going to ride that wave until everything just crashes again. That's because that's life. But, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I got this thing, and, it's going to sound funny, but it's real. It's kind of ironic in a way because, I used to have a avatar picture of me with 2 sock monkeys. I have a real thing about sock monkeys because they're freaking creepy, okay? Since I was a kid, this is not made up, okay? I've always had a thing about sock monkeys. I found out about 2-3 years ago that when I was, around a year old or something, I not only threw away my bottle at the same time as said bye-bye, but I grabbed my little pet sock monkey that I don't remember having and threw it in the trash too. And ever since, so even when I was 1, so I woke up and the thing creeped me out. And I got a story about when I was 4, and it seemed like this sock monkey was mysteriously somehow following me around the house. Maybe somebody was messing with me. The sock monkeys are evil. I mean, to me, they're right up there with, Satan and Nazis. They're not your friends. Then a few years ago, it's like Target has sock monkey merchandise. People have got sock monkey bed slippers on their feet. And there's even a car commercial where there was a life-size sock monkey dancing and running around, How You Like Me Now song going on with it. And on top of that is, contortionist. Contortionists just creep me out. I respect what they've had, the training they've had to do and the work they've had to do to be able to bend their body certain ways and all this stuff like that. But they got me at work today, because when this thing leaks out, people will send pictures on Facebook and all this stuff of sock monkeys that they find, little bitty sock monkey keychains on like a tree where there's dozens of them. I found them in almost any antique store now. They seem to have a sock monkey in the window, so I'll be walking down and it's unnerving. And at work, they actually got a sock monkey and put it in my mailbox and had me come and look at it, you know. And so today I found out I got to go tonight, or the school I had Chinese acrobats there. Nice little show, and they had contortionists, and so help me, I got one of the guys I work with said that they may have to work out something to where one of the contortionists has a sock monkey. Funny to me. Moving on. Okay, now, another thing I want to talk about is Finally Designed. That is a show that Constant Bromstar and I do, live podcast. We come on between 5:30 and 6, usually closer to 6, and we last about an hour and we have a topic. And in my idea, it's not so much a show where we have viewers, it's a show where you show up and it's a party, okay? Scott and I, or Bromstar and I, will be talking about, you know, we have a topic per week. We shoot from the hip. We kind of stay on topic. You know, last episode we did on my birthday, we talked about Saturday morning experience and cartoons of the past. And the comment section, this is where you show up and it's a party. We got regular, I don't even want to say viewers because they're part of the show, in my opinion. They have a whole conversation going on, talking about what we're having, talking to each other and stuff. Come by, watch Finally Designed on Tuesdays. Get on Scott's channel, look up, you know, the last couple ones we've done. The last one was called Thy Cartoon Cometh. Great, just awesome. I mean, you know what? I get pumped up. We do the shows on Tuesday. We come up with a topic, talk about it just back and forth real quick. I mean, you know, we don't show up with like a list or anything. I think I've had 1 or 2 shows where I had magazines right here. We did a heavy metal show on the Heavy Metal magazine. You know, we've done some stuff, post-apocalyptic episode, talking about post-apocalyptic comics and stuff like that. And so check it out, Finally Designed. And that leads up to the other thing. Good comic book news today. Just outstanding comic book news that I got in the last 30 minutes. Oddfellow's Thoughts got a hold of me and Scott on Google Plus and posted it. And Scott and I had just talked about it not 5 minutes before. Astro City is coming back by Kurt Busiek. Been on hiatus for 3 years because Kurt's Busiek's had health problems, gallbladder surgeries, bad stomach problems, and at the same time he's still been working on Sin City and top writing when he can and stuff. And Brent Anderson, the artist, has just been walking away. And from what I understand, it's going to be an ongoing. It's not going to be a reboot. It's not part of DC 52. Wildstorm got disbanded because of the 52. That's who was publishing under the DC imprint of Wildstorm. You follow that, but it's coming back, and he's got plans, and it sounds wonderful. So Astro City's coming back. Number 2, I have not been excited about John Byrne in a long time. Okay, when I was collecting comics in the 80s, John Byrne was the stuff. X-Men, Fantastic Four, his Superman is my Superman, and I don't apologize for it. The man was a workhorse. He worked his butt off. Then he came up and he did She-Hulk, and then he was doing West Coast Avengers, and he took over Starbrand, and he did his Next Men, and just great stuff, you know. And, you know, I'm not going to talk about, for those guys out there who have heard John Byrne's comments over the last 10 years and stuff on the internet and in interviews and stuff, you know, that's really neither here nor there. I'm going to judge the man by his work. But before he did Marvel Comics and he did DC Comics and he went to Dark Horse and put out all in, and where's he at now? IDW, I think, and stuff like that. Before all that, he was at Charlton. That's where he kind of got his big start. And he did a book called Doomsday 1, post-apocalyptic, heavy influenced by Kamandi. There's no way around it. I mean, it's not a Kamandi book, but he's kind of going full circle with his career. Here it is 40 years later, and he's coming out with a book called Doomsday 1 that's coming out in about 2 months. Bromstar told me about that tonight, man. I mean, it's just, I'm high on life, man. It's a post-apocalyptic story, 4-issue miniseries. Some astronauts or something get to watch the Earth get decimated by a solar flare, and they come back. And I remember reading Byrne talking about this a couple months ago. There's not going to be anything that was in the Doomsday Plus 1. There's not going to be any Vikings getting thawed out. There's not going to be any dinosaurs popping up. No mermen coming out from the ocean. And, you know, that's all good and stuff, but I'm really excited about this series. Third thing that's coming out is IDW puts out these special comics. I don't even know what to call them comics, but what they do is they get the entire set of original art pages of a comic. Like the first one they did was the first issue of Tarzan by Joe Kubert. Well, they finally got one for ECW coming out in 2 months, and it's got Al Williamson art, Frank Frazetta, Joe Orlando, those guys. I think Wally Wood's in there and somebody else. Freaking pumped about that. Look those up, okay? And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, the haul that I got this week. If you're still hanging in there, man. All right, got some things at the Goodwill real quick. Got Barton Fink on VHS. I still rock the VHS from time to time. Love this movie. John Goodman's best performance in my life, if you stick through there, by the Coen brothers and you know, the guys that did Big Lebowski, True Grit, you know, Miller's Crossing, Raising Arizona, and stuff like that. This is one of John Turturro's best performances, and John Goodman just blew it out of the water. I mean, just one of his best performances ever. Oh, love this movie. All right, and now I have all the Indiana Jones movies on VHS, and it's strange. I don't know why. I have a huge DVD set over there. I love my DVD. I haven't upgraded to Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't know if I ever will. I'm not real worried about it. But there's something about watching certain movies on VHS that is just more satisfying. Okay? Flash Gordon that came out in 1980, I'd rather watch it on DVD than VHS. And then here we have Indiana Jones, and there's something about watching these on VHS with that little bit of a grainy feel to it. Just so much better. I don't know why. Maybe, and I don't think it's nostalgic. I don't know. You know, it just feels more like a movie. All right, and then I got this off eBay. Impulse buy. Cannot believe I did it. Had a night where I could not sleep. Got on Netflix, started playing around, and I found this anime, you know, show, 30-minute shows, 24 episodes, called Desert Punk. All right, and Desert Punk is basically set far in the future. Japan's more or less a wasteland, more of a desert, and he's like this little, looks like he's like a 4-foot, maybe 5-foot bounty hunter, and this thing has like raunchy humor. I mean, this is 14-year-old perverted little boy humor that is just so good. Does not take itself serious. Great action, great storyline, will crack you up. And I got this like super cheap off of eBay. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I don't know, 12:30, 1:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I watched one episode. I was like, I wonder if that's on eBay. And I found it super cheap, and it had 30 minutes before it was over with. It was 1:30 in the morning. Had 30 minutes before the auction was over. And I didn't really expect to win, and got it, and I'm glad I did. Because when I looked it up, this set was like about $70 when it came out in America, and I got it for like $15. And it comes with everything that was in the set. I mean, it's well taken care of. There's the big boobied bounty hunter that just makes our desert punk go stupid. Look this up on YouTube. The episodes are on YouTube, and the opening is just awesome. It feels like a 70s live action Sid and Marty Krofft show for the opening sequence, and then it goes into the cartoon. And six DVD set. Now I've looked at them and they're like brand new, so I cannot complain. Alright, they even kept the piece that goes on the back before you take the plastic off, tell you what's in there. So, yeah, nice collector's tin, so that was cool. On to the comics. I got Rorschach #4, and I tell you what, 98% of the Before Watchmen stuff I enjoyed. Why can't I get that in there? There we go. Alright, Rorschach, the art is wonderful. I don't know about the story. Maybe if I read all 4 of them together. Alright, it's coming to a close, and I got to tell you, Before Watchmen, I don't know if I want to consider it canon when I read the original Watchmen series. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. Alright, got Earth 2, #10, and I tell you what, from what I understand, this book is going to be leading on to things for 2004, building up 2014. It's going to be leading up to some Trinity War or something. It's going to be an important book. If James Robinson, the writer, you know, it's like he's trying to tell us something, but you can tell he's not allowed to. But it's like he's really trying to give everybody a heads up to pay attention. So we'll see what happens. It's about the only DC Earth. It's about the only DC 52 book I'm collecting now off the top of my head. You know, pacing's a little bit slow, but that's across the board for DC 52. But Robinson's really delivering. Earth 2 is its own Earth. You don't need any other books right now, in my opinion. And you have World's Finest Power Grown Huntress, where they're on Earth 1, but they're from Earth 2. But to me, this is just complete, introducing characters one at a time. And what the difference is when these characters appear while they're building the New Justice Society or the Wonders or whatever they want to call themselves. You know, it's just an event. Really nice, really nice. And they started out with the Flash, like the Silver Age did. Anyway, and yes, I finally got my Batman Incorporated #8, Death of Damian Wayne. Damian, I hate to see you go, but you went out like a man. Alright, and out of the odd and stuff, you know, it's no big secret. I'm really not real excited about a whole lot of stuff coming out, which is why I was so glad to have the news I talked about before. But I found this little oddity called Masterpiece Comics. And what they've done is they've taken classics, stories, and mixed them with comic strips and superheroes in these little short stories, okay? You got Dante, Bront, the Bard, Voltaire, Oscar Wilde, many more other great people, and they mix them up with little Lulu, and like the first one is, I guess this is like, oh my God, what would that be? Dante's Inferno or something maybe? And they do it with Blondie and Dagwood, and they're running around the Garden of Eden telling the story, and they're naked, and Dagwood's boss apparently seems to be God, you know, Homer, yeah, Homer. And they got a whole bunch of short stories like that. Now, I haven't really gone through it so far, you know. But maybe Dante's Inferno is, well, here's Mephistophel. Instead of Garfield, it's Mephistophel. Maybe that's the one that's Dante's Inferno. You know, but they've taken Garfield and Odie and stuff and mixed it with classic, classic literature. They got Mac Worth in here, and they, you know, old comic strips from the 40s and stuff, and they're telling refacet tales. I think they got Batman in here. They did Crime and Punishment. Yeah, they did Kendiggy, and they did Ziggy with classic art and stuff. You know, pretty brutal stuff. Yeah, the Crypt of Bronte. Bront. I'm embarrassed. It's been a while since I've had a literature class. Okay, that EC style. And this stuff, and this is one artist from what I can understand. He's able to copy people's styles down pat. It looks like old, maybe like, I don't know, Joe Orlando art, maybe Jack Davis art from the EC years. I think it's Jack Davis. They retell the Scarlet Letter with little Pearl there. You recognize who that is? Yeah. Little Lulu. You know, pretty heavy adult stuff with these little kitty cartoons. And the one that I can't wait to read, if I'm reading this right, Dravosky, Crime and Punishment, told with Batman. They even had ads to go with it. You know, it looks like old Detective Comics there, as you can honestly see. Alright, so I think you get the point. They even got a little Superman back here. They even got some Charlie Brown they're making fun of. Charlie Brown, good old Gregor Brown, wakes up as a bug. And I think that's, I haven't read it, but I got a feeling that's that classic story where the reporter wakes up as a bug and writes the letter column. Anyway, thanks for hanging in there. I hope this vlog didn't go too long. Carry on, and remember, if you made it this far, tonight's vlog is brought to you by Arrogant Bastard Ale, because you're not worthy. That's what it says on the bottle, so you know it's true. Alright, keep reading comics.